Galen Marek, Starkiller. A weapon the Emperor deemed expendable. A fool blinded by misplaced loyalty. Why do you ask, Chris Redfield? Marek's fate is of little consequence now, Chris Redfield. He is gone. The Emperor saw to that. His weakness made him useless. What troubles you about this? So, you claim to possess knowledge of Starkiller's fate that surpasses even the Emperor's, Chris Redfield? How intriguing. Elaborate. A strong being, and yet apprentice. Strength alone is insufficient. The Force requires discipline, focus, and the will to crush all opposition. Do you understand this? Ezra Bridger, a foolish, impulsive Padawan who posed a momentary annoyance to the Empire. His fate is of little concern. Why this sudden interest in Jedi history, Chris Redfield? You speak of Bridger's connections to Kenobi, Chris Redfield. Such alliances mean little in the face of true power. You dwell on Jedi sentimentality. The high ground is a concept for the weak-minded, Chris Redfield. My momentary lapse in focus against Kenobi was due to sentiment. A failing I have since corrected. Do you question my training? So, Chris Redfield, you suggest my defeat at Kenobi's hands was due to pride? An amusing theory. One I find lacking in insight. Rey Skywalker. Another Skywalker clinging to the failed Jedi ways. What is your fascination with these figures, Chris Redfield? You were told. By whom, Chris Redfield? Luke Skywalker. Yes, Chris Redfield, the last flicker of a dying flame. He is not here. I am. Why speak of him now? Chris Redfield, you dissect my past failures with the precision of a protocol droid. My actions concerning Luke were complex. Do you believe sentimentality is a weakness? Luke Skywalker is my son, Chris Redfield. A fact that does not preclude his failings. Do you believe familial ties excuse weakness? Galen Marek possessed raw power, Chris Redfield. Yet, he lacked the discipline to control it. He was a blunt instrument, powerful, but ultimately expendable. Is this another test of my knowledge of past events, apprentice? Are you questioning my abilities, Chris Redfield? Galen Marek's talents were unrefined. The Force flows through me with a focus he never possessed. Why fixate on his parlor tricks? Your fascination with Marek's parlor tricks is tedious. The Force yields different fruits to different practitioners. Are you so easily impressed by flashy displays, apprentice? A hero to a crumbling republic, Chris Redfield. Strength without focus is a liability. Marek, for all his raw power, lacked the discipline to truly wield it. What of him? Visions? You see visions of Marek, Chris Redfield. Such glimpses are often misleading. He chose neither, ultimately. His allegiances were as fractured as his control over the Force. What of these governors? Separatists saved for the Republic, Chris Redfield. A curious choice. The Republic valued sentiment over strength. Tell me, does this vision clarify why Marek chose the Separatists over me? So, Chris Redfield, you're recounting the events on Mustafar. I remember it differently. Are you implying my fall was permanent? Did you not foresee my return from the dark depths? A lightsaber. Chris Redfield, reduced to a mere tool for smashing rocks? Such a fate is beneath its power. I trust this inquiry does not stem from a desire to defile a sacred weapon. And what title did they bestow upon you, Chris Redfield? I trust it was not Emperor. There is only one Emperor. Is that title self-proclaimed, Chris Redfield, or one bestowed upon you by admiring spectators? Are you so easily impressed with brute force? A most Unusual hobby, Chris Redfield. Is this how you measure strength? By pulverizing inanimate objects? The Force offers more refined pursuits. Whitwer, an actor, apprentice. His portrayal of me in that training simulator was adequate. Why do you inquire, Chris Redfield? Do you find his theatrics more compelling than my reality? I find your faith amusing, Chris Redfield. Power is fleeting. Control is everything. A series dedicated to my exploits. Such things are beneath my notice, Chris Redfield. Though I admit, witnessing my ascent to power might educate the masses. Is this what amuses you, apprentice? Observing the struggles of others. Now, you imply the balance of power shifts with such frequency. Tell me, Chris Redfield, are you more concerned with strength or control? For they are rarely aligned. Yoda, his physical strength was negligible. But you speak of raw power, Chris Redfield. Did you not witness my command of the Force? Do you doubt my capabilities? A question of hypotheticals, Chris Redfield. Had I not been burnt, as you so delicately put it, my power would have been different. Strongest. Irrelevant. Power lies in its application. Focus on mastering your own, apprentice. Or are you simply seeking excuses for your limitations? Your series, Chris Redfield. You speak of holovids. The Empire has little need for entertainment. State your purpose. Palpatine. A strong opponent he was, yet his arrogance was his weakness. Had I not been burnt, as you say, my path might have led to a different confrontation. But might-have-beens are the refuge of the weak, Chris Redfield. Are you questioning my current power? Impressive shot, Chris Redfield. To strike with such accuracy at that distance requires more than mere luck. Does this series of yours involve similar displays of precision?
In a club with some wines and I pipe down. Shawty got me out too high. I be standing on a beach in some wine.
Your skill at ranged combat is adequate, Chris Redfield. Victory is always the objective, Chris Redfield. Sentiment. The Empire is victorious. This island and all its power now belongs to us. Your silence is troubling, apprentice. Is your comm device malfunctioning?